Estate Show, brought to you by Capital One Group LLC. Eric Wilman, president of Capital One Group LLC, is a highly trained financial professional. He helps clients to develop strategies for effectively utilizing real estate, mortgages, and
financial. Getting ready to go live.
For the real estate investor or the home buyer, he's here to provide expertise in matching the right properties and financing with your specific financial objectives. This show is dedicated to helping you find the safe and simple approach to buying income-producing real estate. If you have any questions about the program or to arrange a consultation, call toll-free 888-595-7779. That's 888-595-7779. Now, today's edition of The Real Estate Show.
And hello, South Florida. Welcome to another live edition here of The Real Estate Show. South Florida's #1 program about real estate and America's longest running daily radio show all about the topic of real estate. My name is Eric Wilner, and we are live broadcasting here from South Florida, but heard all over the world, whether you're listening to us on our local AM station 1470, whether you're listening to us on one of the FM stations across the dial, or whether you've downloaded the free apps that you can listen to any of these radio stations just by looking for WWNN, whether it be the iHeartRadio app, the TuneIn app, and the radio.com, and just there's probably a half a dozen other ones that I don't even know about. And when all else fails, or maybe it'll even be your first choice, go to automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. Go to the top of the page there, and you can listen to us there either live. You can also listen to all of our rebroadcasts for each one of our shows. So join us and check out the library, a vast library, literally going back years and years. And we are, as I mentioned, live today, but we're live every day, Monday through Friday from 8 until 8:30 p.m. That's on Eastern time. And each day of the week, we have a very special theme, and we kind of focus, even though we're always talking about real estate, we like to talk about things in particular. Our Mondays, we set up the agenda, and we talk about what theme that we're going to be talking about throughout the week on each one of our days. And we talk about what's setting up in the week, coming up in the news, what's coming up in the marketplace, and of course, some of the things that we might be hitting on during the week. Tuesdays, our tools, tips, and techniques. We focused there. We talked about and had a special guest there, the return of the foreclosure man. Very, very knowledgeable guy about the topic of foreclosure, giving you a head start and a sneak peek into what's coming up in the marketplace when it comes to foreclosures. If you missed that show, you definitely want to go back and listen to that recording. Then Wednesdays is our midweek report. We talked a little bit about the stimulus updates. We talked about the job market. We talked about the real estate market. Wednesday is always a favorite. So you can go bounce back over the weeks and look at the evolution of what's happened even with the whole pandemic and the unemployment as it evolves and what it's affected in real estate and where we believe that it's going. It'd be an interesting thing to follow. Now, here we are. It's Thursday. And Thursday is always a favorite show. It's the ATM edition of the Real Estate Show, about the money. And for the last several weeks and for the foreseeable future, I'm going to tell you, I got my very special friend, my partner in crime here on a very particular product and a very particular strategy. You know, it's one thing if you're in foreclosure, and that's a big, big topic. But what about all the folks who are doing a good job, who are, they're on the treadmill of life, they're keeping up with things, but they still can't get rid of that nasty debt that just seems to linger on and on. Well, then today's show is all about you. And Don, first of all, welcome on to our program. It's good to have you back.
Thanks for having me back, man. I feel like a fixture now, man. We've great, and it's been great, and it's an exciting time.
It is an exciting time. It's a very exciting time in I think both sense of the words. Exciting in the sense that there's a lot of anxiety and people anxious because they don't know which way things are going. But for those folks that are on a little bit more stable feet, it's a very anxious time because you're looking for opportunities. How do I get ahead when everything seems to be stopped? Do I have to be stopped also?
Yeah, it's amazing when you think about it. Some of the successful people in the world make the lion's share of their wealth. The first couple of big wins they make are in a downturn market because they're prepared for it. But what's neat about it is they have certainty. They are certain and they're sure that they know what to do in those challenging times. So what's incredible about a struggling, challenging financial time is that it opens up more opportunities because more people need help. And when you're a true entrepreneur and you can help people solve problems, and in a situation where more people have problems, it's really important and powerful for people to know that they have an answer. So when we're talking about this debt situation and helping people eliminate debt, the reason why I think it's exciting is because we right now can help people get out of debt. We have the answers. So it's exciting to be able to share with people how to solve those challenges, and in some situations create income out of it at the exact same time. So create a windfall out of the debt situation that most people are controlled by.
So two things that I want all of our listeners to know, because we promised this last week and we're going to deliver it this week. You know, we've been talking about this from two perspectives. Number one is that we have a solution that I think that if you have any kind of debt, a mortgage, credit cards, boat loans, student loans, I don't care what kind of debt it is, we're going to show you how to eliminate that debt faster than any other way out there, bar none. And we're going to break that down and go into more detail tonight. But the other thing that's really cool also is opening up a door for a lot of people, because what we have found over the course of time is that when people see what happens in their own lives, they want to share it with other people. In fact, they basically become disciples. They start to be the best source, of a testimonial, and they realize that other people say, well, if that was that good for you, how can I do it? And there's an income opportunity. And Don and I have announced that he and I are creating an expansion team. So in addition to go break this down on the air, we're going to go in even more depth right after this radio show. We announced it last week. I want to re-announce it, and so that it's not too late to join us. If you really like what you hear on the show, then you're going to want to register. And Don, you'll tell them how in just a second. We're going to have a Zoom meeting, and we have a special guest for that meeting also. That's a surprise. And one of the top experts in this field also will be there with us right after this show.
So grab a pen and pad real quick, guys, or grab your phone and jot this down. You're going to go to Zoom. So when you have the Zoom app, you just download the Zoom app real quick. You just go to zoom.us on your computer and just click join a broadcast or meeting. And then you're going to put these numbers in. Here they are. 927-194-30241. Right? And then join the meeting. 927-194-30241. And that's how you get into the webinar. And we'll start right after the show at about 8:35. And we'll probably be 35 to 45 minutes of overview on how the Automatic Landlord Debt Solutions product can benefit all people who have any types of debt.
So if you're watching this show right now, if you're on YouTube, you're going to need to jump over onto that Zoom meeting. If you're watching us on the Facebook page, you're going to need to jump over onto Zoom at any time. And there are already some folks, we have a number of people already in that Zoom meeting that registered, and we said that we would be broadcasting the radio show first and then go into the workshop. So if you're already in the Zoom meeting, you don't have to do anything. You're already there. I just want to make sure that those of you watching us on one of the other channels that you don't suddenly see us go dark and wonder where we went. We're going to be on the Zoom meeting. And again, if you needed to write down that number, it's 927-194-30241. So awesome. So I see that Erica wrote it into the comments also. So it's also in the comments there in case any of you want to just copy and paste it right into the Zoom meeting. So Don, let's talk about a little bit. In fact, you know what? Let me do this. Let me pause for a quick break, and then let's jump into the automatic landlord debt solution. The best way to get rid of debt faster than anything else in the marketplace, bar none. So you're listening to The Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Weller. I'm here with my special guest, Don Martin. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Today's real estate market is full of questions. Eric Weller and Capital One Group LLC have answers. Call today for a no obligation.
For my YouTube folks, how is the sound for you? If you can put something in the live chat and just let me know what that sound is like for you. How's it on your end? Hang on a second. Go again. Yeah, no, that was my problem, because even though I had put the volume all the way down, it was still on speaker. And then when I figured it out, I took it off the speaker and then it was gone, I think.
And what I'll do is I have the link to, I'm going to put it in the Facebook group right now, Eric.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that'll really help. Yeah. Yeah, and I got to remember to tell people that that workshop is free. I didn't say free, so the ones that are already there are pleasantly surprised. So Don, in the portion of the radio show, I don't think you're going to do anything sharing a screen, right? But in the Zoom, it will be, right? In the workshop afterwards.
On Ask the Foreclosure Man Tuesdays. Ask questions, get answers from Foreclosure Man. Learn that Foreclosure Man pays highly experienced attorneys to defend your home while you maintain 100% ownership. Foreclosure Man attorneys are highly skilled.
Say again?
Just turn your Zoom down. I'll turn my Zoom down now too.
Okay.
Bids to Federal Reserve T-bill auctions? Was your mortgage and note resold multiple times? Were they assigned separately, bifurcated lawfully? Did the trust ever really receive the note and mortgage? Or has the lender in your case already been paid? Double dipping. Be there at Eric Wilner's The Real Estate Show, 8 p.m. on Ask the Foreclosure Man Tuesdays. Learn how your worst case scenario will be case dismissed with zero judgment. Go to asktheforeclosureman.com for Facebook linkage, or call now for your free appointment with Foreclosure Man. Call 561-758-4110. Limited availability. Call now, 561-758-4110.
All right.
This is The Real Estate Show, brought to you by Capital One Group LLC in Boca Raton, with your host, Eric Weller. If you have any questions about the broadcast, call toll free, 888-595-7779. That's 888-595-7779. Now back to today's show.
And welcome back. For those of you just joining us, you are listening to The Real Estate Show. We are South Florida's #1 program about real estate, and I would say America's longest running daily radio show. We are here since 1999, through good times and bad times. And I'll tell you, I think the big reason for that is that we've always been on the leading edge of what are the right things to do at the appropriate times. And a lot of people have been asking us, what do we do? If we're not in trouble right now in real estate, we're not in trouble with our finances and everything, but we feel like we're stuck. We feel like I'm marching time right now, and I'm basically standing in place. And what we're going to talk about for the rest of this program, we're going to talk about the automatic landlord debt solution. This is a very it's a very simple concept based on some very complicated math algorithms, and what started out basically on an Excel spreadsheet has evolved over time into a program where you basically input your current situation, all your payments, all your balances, and it's not that complicated. Once you put it in, it will now basically serve like a financial GPS. It'll tell you exactly what to pay first, when to pay it, and how much. In other words, it answers all of the questions. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Don.
Okay, there. Well, a lot of people aren't aware, just to give you a little taste of this, and you're going to learn more about it after during the Zoom broadcast through in detail, is most people don't realize that, if you have six different debts, there's over 12 to 1,500 different sequences that you can pay those debts back over. And because of that, every single one will apply a certain amount towards principal and a certain amount towards interest. And if you pay it back through the banks want you to, you're paying the maximum amount of interest and the minimum amount of principal, which means the bank's making the most money off of you. But the problem is, for you, that's the worst situation for you. You're paying it back in the least effective way. What this program does is it uses a multitude of different complex algorithms and figures out individually each person, whether you're just a normal everyday consumer with a mortgage and a home equity line of credit, a couple credit cards and some debt, and it shows you the most effective way to zero debt in the fastest way possible, while applying the maximum amount of your payments towards principal and the least towards interest, so you can get out of debt faster and use your debt properly. It also creates a wealth building process at the exact same time. And if it knows how to do it, then here's the thing. Banks have a program that they use automatically that tells them where to allocate their money. And it is science. It's an actuarial science-based platform. But consumers never had it. So we were at a big disadvantage. Banks were just taking advantage of. Well, this program was put together to level the playing field. Now consumers and investors and real estate owners, they all have the same basically platform that banks have been using on us for years that levels the playing field so we can get the most bang for our buck instead of being at the losing end of every debt transaction.
And a lot of people, they know certain terms, and I think they know these concepts in general, but I'll bet you all day to Sunday that let's talk about the interest rate, how it's calculated. Is it simple or is it compound? The program will tell you. Is there a float going on? Banks make a lot of money on the float. If we just move that float instead of on their side to our side, it would make just a huge difference.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's one of the many strategies that this platform takes into consideration. Interest cancellation is another one. Interest flow is another one. Using certain debt against your other debt legally is another one. And it really makes a big difference.
And those are just a couple of the techniques. And we started out a long time ago talking about a concept called the highest cost per thousand. You see, have you ever wondered why two credit cards that have the exact same interest rates have different payments? What's up with that? So that each one of these lenders, they have their own little formulas on how they want you to pay them, giving you 20 days grace period, 25 days grace period. There's all these little tools. And I promise you, first of all, some of you may have heard these terms, but I promise you that when you sit down to pay your bills every month, you don't take into consideration all of those things that we just said. It was just too complicated for the average person to do. But with this financial GPS, it's simple.
Yeah. Another thing that's important too is that things change on the regular. I mean, look at the situation we're in right now. The world is volatile, and so is our financial situation. Sometimes we make more money than other times. Sometimes we have an extra expense that we weren't expecting. That changes the way we would have done it. And what's neat about this platform is you don't have to think about it. This platform tells you, it's just like a GPS. Just to say you make a wrong turn, right? I have an extra $500 expense to come up, or I have to buy a new washer or a new dryer. You just let the platform know, and it automatically recalculates, just like the GPS would, and recalculate how to get back on track to zero debt. But then the neat thing is it'll tell you when you'll be out of debt. That's what I love about it. When you run your numbers, it tells you the day, the month, and the year that you will be at zero debt. And it's typically 1/2 to 1/3 of the time that you would have been out if you just followed the way the banks wanted to pay it back. And that's what's so ridiculously powerful about it.
1/2 to 1/3 of the time. That means that you're not going to pay 1/2 to 2/3 of the interest. You told me a really interesting statistic today, which I want you to tell our audience. But I was just thinking, just for the fun of it, on my GPS, when I make a wrong turn, and a lot of times you're on the phone and you're talking, and you do that all the time, and all of a sudden, the estimated time of arrival, just like what you were talking about, when am I going to pay off my debt? The estimated time of arrival could change, but the only thing that we don't have is a little voice that says recalculating your payoff time.
Right. That's exactly right.
So tell our audience that statistic today.
So here's the thing. You take a look at different debt, and this is the one thing that this system will do for you. You don't have to think about it, but this is a good example of what we'll talk about here in a few minutes after the show on the Zoom. When you go and you look at debt, there's different ways that debts are figured, right? For example, certain interests are based upon the balance due, and the interest is based upon the balance due. That's just, typical, whether it be a credit card or home equity line of credit. But a mortgage is an amortization schedule. It's a completely different way it's paid back. And a lot of people look at that and they think, well, my mortgage is a 5% interest rate or a 4% interest rate. When you look at it, you think, all right, well, that's the best place. That's where I'm going to pay the least amount of interest and the most amount of principal. But the reality of it is, depending on what the loan balance is, for example, the loan and what your interest rate is an amortization schedule, like a standard mortgage, in your first year, and I don't want to misquote this, but I can go and look at it. But if you're in your first year, if you have about a 5% interest rate, you're not paying 5% interest on your balance. You're actually paying, I think, about 82% of all your payments go toward interest in your first year because of the way the amortization schedule works. So you're not really paying 5% interest per year. It's 5% amortized over the entire 30-year loan value, but all the interest is paid up front. So 82% of your payments are interest. It's approximately, I don't reflect the exact numbers, right around there. So think about that. Whereas on a standard an interest based upon the balance, it's the amount that you're paying, and that's the difference in Baker right there. So this system just decides how and when to pay back those different debts because it understands them and formulates accordingly.
Yeah, once you put the information in, it knows that it's amortizing, and that's why it knows which debts will make which payments on which debts will make the biggest impact, because you want to create this snowball effect that as you pay off certain debts, it now accelerates the amount. Oh, by the way, two things that I want to remind our listeners, for those of you who either jumped on late or weren't on during the beginning of the program. After this show, we are going to go to a Zoom meeting. During our show, we can't show graphics over on the air, on the radio. We can't show charts. We're going to show charts. We're going to show numbers. We're going to show a lot of stuff on our Zoom meeting. By the way, I never said it. I guess it was implied, but this meeting is free. So there's absolutely no cost, no charge. Leave your wallet at home. Leave it under the table. Don't even bring your wallet, because we're not selling anything on this workshop. We're simply going to teach you what we're going to do. Then it's up to you if you want to contact us and learn more. We're absolutely happy to even run the numbers for you to see what difference it will make. We will, on an individualized basis, plug in your numbers for you and then run a sample analysis just for you to see what it would look like today with real numbers, real live calculations and everything. So in the chat, if you're watching us, and I'm going to give it out in just a second for all of our radio listeners. All you have to do is go to zoom.us. You might have an app like that already on your phone. You might have the Zoom app on your phone or on your computer, but go to zoom.us, and then you're going to want to join a meeting. And when you join, you're going to want to join 927-194-30241. I'm going to say it one more time, 927-194-30241. And there's no password, no nothing. Don's there at the control panel, and so you'll just come right in. And like I said, we're going to be joined by special guests. We're going to have screenshots. We're going to do actual live stuff on the air that you won't be able to do. Don, I knew this was going to happen. The show is going to again here. But remember, join us on the Zoom. You're not going to regret it. You're going to learn some stuff, and you're going to get a real flavor of what this is all about. And well, that's it for now. You've been listening to The Real Estate Show. Remember, this show is recorded. It's up on our website at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. And the recording of all of this will be up there as well. So, Don, thanks again for joining me here on the air. And I'll see you in just a minute in the Zoom room.
You got it.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Real Estate Show, brought to you by Capital One Group LLC in Boca Raton. Eric Holmes and Capital One Group LLC are available to assist you with your financial needs. If you have any questions about
sorry to see you go.
Or to arrange a consultation,
All right, take care.
You too, buddy.
595-7.
So that ends the radio show. I'm going to cut out here from the YouTube. Again, I gave you the information. In fact, let me go ahead and type it into the chat real quick. The Zoom, I don't have the link here, but I can give you the meeting ID number, and I'll leave that there as I exit over to go start that meeting. Let's see, 941, nope. 927-194-30241. Boom. All right, everybody. See you there. Bye-bye.
Can you hear me on your phone, Eric?